Is this? Oh, it is. I got focus issues again. Here we go. Sorry about that. Has this been a focus issue the whole time? That's not good. All right, I think I'm going to go... Yeah, I think I'm going to go right there. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to be watching a serial killer documentary. Because I'm obsessed with serial killer documentaries. Oh, see, I don't know if you can see on this thing. These stickers will sometimes split off in the backing. So you can easily ruin a sticker. And maybe yeah, see, that one's ruined too. Maybe it's just me. And this one's ruined as well. I feel like 1 in 4 of these stickers do get ruined. Here we go. All right, where am I going to put this one? Right there. Okay, I think I'm going to do a larger, thicker reflector, kind of like what we're seeing right here, right between this step right there. So there's one right there and one right there. Oh yeah, that looks cool. I'm going to seal these in here with dull coat at the very end. So I do recommend that you do seal them, because being stickers, they will come up. All right, so this side, we're gonna do 2 on the ends. We're gonna do 1 right here, and I think we'll do 1 right here. I think that's what we'll do. Ruin that one. The stickers will peel off the backs. There we go. This is the A side of the car, so I'm being a little more careful on this side. Okay. Yep. Unless I can get it off this backing without ruining it, but I've never been able to. Oh, it's frustrating. If you purchase these, just know that they are good, but you're gonna lose more than you use. They do look pretty good though. Cool. Oh, I'm missing a really important part of this documentary. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some weathering. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some weathering over top of all of my graffiti here, just to tone it down a bit. So what I'm going to start with is taco sauce. And shake it up real good. Taco sauce is, I don't know who came up with the name. I started hearing it on the Second Section podcast, but it's panel line accent color from Tamiya. And they come in different colors. Black and dark brown, I think, are the ones that I use most. I use light brown over these graffiti decals just because I want a little bit of definition around the ribs, but I don't want it to be too dark. So what we do is we just kind of come in here and then we just kind of apply just a little hint of color and let it kind of just run down. Like going to put very much on, especially on this part here. Maybe a little bit more in these corners. Point being that you just, these aren't freshly applied bits of graffiti. Got a little bit more here. This is maybe an older bit of graffiti. So you kind of stick it in a spot and let it kind of run down the rib. Cool. Okay, we'll let that dry a little bit. And while it is drying, we'll apply paint to the wheels and trucks and to the ends. So what I do for that, I use burnt umber as kind of my like base rust color. Vallejo's burnt umber. Let me shake it up. All right. So I'm just going to grab a and I don't bother taking these apart or spray airbrushing these. I will just, with a brush, kind of go in here, spin the wheel, and apply the burnt umber. I don't bother applying it all the way to the edge as well. That's just kind of the style that I do it. That little outer ring area is what I'm talking about. QQ. To the inside of the wheels as well. Sweet. All right. Get these back into here. Okay. I'm contemplating, do I want to, and I think I do, apply. Let's turn it over. I think I want to apply it right here as well. I should put something on the background when I work on these. What do you guys think? Otherwise, it's pretty quiet unless I actually bother to say something. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this side. Of course, as I concentrate, I talk a little less. Cool. Okay. Wash my brush here. I try to keep my brushes nice. Okay. We're going to do some dry brushing now. So I'm going to use the same color I've been using for the root for the wheels, and I'm going to dry brush it on. So I'm just going to grab some color in my paint here. Sorry, it's all blown out. I don't know how to unblow it out. If I do that, then it gets really dark on the car. So I'm trying to keep the car accurate in color. And unfortunately, if I do that, it kind of blows out everything else. All right, so dry brushing is just as simple as adding some paint, taking it mostly off. And I just kind of go over the top of the whole truck with the dry brush. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I get a little more. A little more burnt umber on that. Taking a look on both sides here, just kind of. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to do some kind of being gentle on those car ends because there's lots of detail there that could get knocked off. Cool. Okay. You don't want to overdo trucks. You can see they're mostly the same color. The springs will sometimes get a little bit of a different color to them, so we can kind of play with that a little bit. And, this brush real quick. So I can take some of this saddle brown, which is kind of a reddish brown. And then just apply a bit of it there. Okay. Cool. Almost done weathering this thing. Holy cow. I started this back in July. Cleaning that up a little bit. Yeah. I started this whole project back in July. I took a little bit of a break, obviously. But between all the upgrade parts and everything. Oh, one thing I do want to do. Shoot. One thing I do want to do. Here we go. I'm going to add a little more rust to these freshly painted stirrups that I applied last time we did a video. Mm-hmm. just to kind of blend those in a little bit. Cool. Yep, and that just kind of blends it in a little bit better. Cool. All right. Cool. Almost done. The last step is to apply some weathering powders over top of everything. Not a lot, but just enough to represent kind of fresh dirt that's been kicked on. That's been kicked up. So what I use is dark earth for my sort of fresher dirt. And I've taped it up good so the top doesn't come off. These are AIM weathering powders. I don't know if AIM is still in business or not. I purchased these from my local hobby shop years and years ago. And if I remember correctly, they were on clearance at that time, but maybe I'm wrong. All right. And hold on a second. Oh. I use makeup brushes when I apply weathering powders. So I'm just going to tap some out of the thing. You don't need a lot. Just the tip of this is kind of, and then I'm just going to apply some weathering just along the bottom. And kind of push it around your finger if you need to. I'm doing it on the back first just so I can make sure I got the amount that goes on there right. A little bit goes a long way, man. So feel free to get those weathering powders over your safety stripes. Okay. And let me get. You can lift up. Oops. Okay. Where is my? Hold on. You can use a little bit of water to lift up if you applied a little too much powder in a certain area. Okay, here's the A side. It's amazing how little of this powder you really need. Okay. I'm almost done here. I'm going to do one last thing, though. And that is I'm going to come back one more time and just touch up a couple of spots with a little more rust. And these are just spots where the decals busted up a little bit. A little more rust in this area here. Okay. Take a look on the back side, see if there's some areas where we're going to add a little more rust. Maybe right there. Mm-hmm. I'm going to add a little more rust over these kind of silvered bits just to tone them down a little bit. That was where I applied the decal, but I didn't bother. The lighting's kind of terrible. Hold on. There, that's better. Yeah, I'll figure out how to use this thing at some point. Okay. I think that is good. I could keep going, But if I do, I'm going to lose my mind. One thing I will do, I'm going to add a little more weathering powders kind of in here. I'm gonna add some weathering powders on the bottom here too in some spots. I don't normally worry too much about the bottoms of these things just because nobody sees them. Cool. We're going to call that done. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on this journey. It has been a heck of a journey. See if I can get a shot of this before we call it a night. Oh, let me adjust the focus. Here we go. I'm going to get some nice pictures of this, share it online. But it is pretty much done. I had a lot of fun, learned a lot on this. It's turned out pretty well, I think, considering. And yeah, so thanks so much for joining me in this journey. It's been quite a journey, and I've learned quite a lot. And I'll be carrying what I've learned with me to the next one. All right, I am rambling, so we're going to call it an evening. Thanks so much, gang. I'll see you all in another video.